What's up guys, it's Jake here from Chief Live Gaming, coming at you today with an update on my Infernal Tetrad Demons formation. So, this is part 2. If you missed part 1, go ahead, jump back in my playlist and check that out. Today, we're going to look at the 4 Demon Princes that I've come up with, one for each Chaos God, to make up the Infernal Tetrad formation. And I want to show you these guys real quick with the conversion work I've done on the 2 customized ones, before I prime them, before I get them painted up, and kind of give you guys a first look. So let's start off with the less customized stuff. We'll start real quick right off the bat with the stock GW Demon Prince, and I'm going to zoom in just a bit here. So excellent, there we go. This guy is going to be my Demon Prince of Slaanesh. Not a whole lot to say. He's the stock Games Workshop Demon Prince. I did not want to have 4 of this model, even though you can pose him a little bit differently, right? I didn't want to have this guy repeated for the Infernal Tetrad formation, so here's what I've done to have 4 different models for my Demon Princes. There's the first guy. Set him aside. Okay, so I found this guy on eBay, and you guys may have seen him before. It's named very keenly the Prince of Demons. Not a Demon Prince, it's a Prince of Demons, okay guys? It's not a knockoff, I promise. But I was actually impressed with this model. I really liked the model, and I'm just gonna spin him around kind of quick for you guys. Hopefully my hands don't get in the way too much. Relatively detailed. He kind of has, like, the wings almost look Bellacore-esque, which I thought was pretty cool. So, you know, in a pinch, you could probably use him with some converting as like a Bellacore model. But let's look at his hand here. So he's going to be holding the whip. I did not glue that on yet for painting purposes. There she goes. Something like that. And this is going to be my Demon Prince of Tzeentch. And you can actually see here, let me zoom in just a bit more for you guys. On this armor, man, there is some nice detail there. Some nice detail going down the legs there. Oh, I missed a couple spots with my primer. I'm gonna have to go over again with another light coat, but it's gonna look awesome painted up, I think. He's holding this like mirror demon thing. I feel like it's almost like a mirror, because look at the other side. Pretty fun. Some nice detail on the shoulder pad here. See if we can get it in the light. Just a nice model. So Chaos Star kind of looking, again, a blatant knockoff, but wow, I missed all kinds of spots with the primer. We'll have to take care of that. Demon Prince of Tzeentch. So let's zoom back out a little bit. Now, I've shown you guys this if you've been following along with my Nergal army updates. You'll have already seen this guy, but here is going to be my Demon Prince of Nergal. Again, check out part 1 for a little more info. I'm just going to give you guys a look at him now. He's a Flying Hive Tyrant with some Maggoth Lord pieces for just a quick refresher if you guys forgot. And I did some green stuff work, which you can see here, to join the 2 pieces together. Not much going on in the back. Maybe I'll zoom in again for you guys. I did try to do a little bit of fanciness with like a creeping kind of effect here, where the Nergal overgrowth is kind of creeping up the carapace and into the tube-like structures here. Came out okay. I'm fairly happy with the green stuff work here. And that's just a look at that. So very simple, kind of just to blend the transition between the parts. That's turning out pretty nicely, and I don't know if I'm going to do any other green stuff work. I was thinking about putting like some work into the different arm sections, maybe into the wings, having some growth sections. But really, I think the model is nice as is. I don't want to bulk it out too much, and I don't want to overdo the effect. It's probably the last thing I would want. So I think I'm going to leave it as is and paint it up, and I'll come back to you guys with that in the next update. So the Nergal guy, looking pretty awesome. Now this is what I had the most interaction on, And the most kind of requests and all that was for my Khorne Demon Prince. So you guys voted or helped me decide on wings, and we went with the Scarbrand wings for this guy. Now, the size, the scale, they're a little big. Yes, I'll give you a look real quick. Kind of the broad scale before we zoom in. A little big, but they're acceptable. I think they work out pretty darn well. If I was to do it again, I would probably buy them again. The other wings I really did want were the Geist wings from Vampire Counts, I think. But those are even bigger than these, like way bigger. Oh geez, I'm gonna break him. Way bigger. So these are about right, and then I made this little start of a base for him to be standing on, be something like that. Interesting little pose there. So the wings, maybe I'll turn him here. He'll be posed something like that. And the wings clear the ground nicely. They don't actually, let's see, he'd be right about there. Hopefully we can get him to stand. Come on, guy. Oh, I'll hold him. There's a good amount of clearance here underneath the wing, and worked out all right. So if any of you guys are looking to build one of these, the wings, Scarbrand rings, wow, I can talk. Scarbrand wings worked out pretty well. So good suggestions, guys. That's what we went with, and kind of made some cork bases for these guys. They're going to turn out hopefully something like this when I'm done. So kind of like an urban theme. I was thinking about doing some kind of like lava fiery effect, you know, for the Khorne guy, because he's standing on some kind of molten rocks and stuff like that, but we'll see. So now let's take a little closer look at this guy, because this is definitely the more involved of the conversions. If you guys real quick don't remember, this is actually a Cho'Gath model, and I'm going to put them next to each other so you can see kind of the process I went through. Chopped the arms off, used Bloodthirster arms, and random bits for the head, the D-axe, and the Scarbrand wings. So let's take a look. Now, I did some green stuff work to gap fill, and let's say it leaves a little bit to be desired, my green stuff ability, but I think I did a pretty good job. Zoom in just a little bit more, hopefully keep them in the light for you guys. Now you're going to start to see, I tried to do a little bit of texturing here, muscular tendon kind of looking goodness on this arm here that you can see. But you know, it didn't turn out so great. So as we move around, I kind of moved into gap filling mode only. And if you recall from the first video, there were some really big holes here and over here. Maybe I'll get some kind of pointer for you guys. There we go, get my big hands out of the way. So in this area here and this area underneath the arm, there was quite sizable gaps where I joined the arms to the body, and I had to do something about that. And this was the biggest area that I had to fill. Hopefully the lighting works out. And that's what I ended up with. I didn't want to spend a ton of time doing this, so I definitely could have probably made it look a little bit better. But I think once I paint it, and I'm gonna put some bits, like I was thinking something along the lines of chains hanging down from the shoulder pads, and then like a bloodletter head hanging from the chain or something like that to help kind of blend and disguise that ugly transition. But my first kind of main, or well, I guess I'll call it gap filling, bigger gap filling with green stuff on this guy. And I didn't have very good sculpting tools. I had these wooden, like clay sculpting tools, and they worked okay, but the texture of the wood actually showed through, and it was hard to get a smooth sculpt with the green stuff. So I went ahead and ordered just some cheap, like army painter sculpting tools, and I think those will work a lot better in the future. And then on the wings joined up. I had to do quite a bit of trimming to get the wings to join into the shoulder well, and to get them glued on. And then I ended up just using some green stuff. I kind of got a better hang of it by the time I got to the wing joints. And you can see there they turned out a little bit nicer. So that's it, guys. Let's take a look at the shoulder pads, maybe the head, and then the axe where it joins at the wrists, and then we'll call it good for this video. So these shoulder pads I made because there was a really ugly join again up here for the arm to the body, and I wanted to cover it up with something, so I made these shoulder pads. I think this was out of the Bloodthirster kit, had some parts left over, and some Blood Crusher like forehead plates, I don't know what else to call them, to make up those shoulder pads. So that worked out really well. A little bit of better look at the head here, just some random Bloodthirster pieces. I like it from the front, but then when you look at it from the side, it almost looks like hollow. Let's see if I can get a good angle with light. How about that? So you can kind of see in there. Sorry guys, this is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be to hold, but in here there should be some kind of head or something, because I feel like this is more of a mask, but it almost has like a apparition sort of feel to it, some kind of spirit sort of, I don't know, demon look, and I like it from the front. I think it worked out pretty well, and those are, again, just Bloodthirster horns that I had left over, so pretty cool. Let's adjust the angle a little bit here on the tripod. There we go. Look at the axe. So I thought about leaving this off to paint, but I really wanted to get it glued on and see if I wanted to do any green stuff work to join the wrists to the hands before I started painting. Oh, this is difficult to get a good angle. So there's the top, and this is really what you're going to be seeing when you're looking at the models. So that was what I was most concerned about lining up correctly, and I think it took a lot of trimming, but overall not too bad. So as you can see, you look at it from the side, you can see the gap here, and maybe I should fill this with a little bit of green stuff, but overall that's a very small gap on this side. And then if we go over here, again, kind of just a noticeable gap from a couple angles. And then if we look at it from the bottom, it's a little disorienting probably, but you can see where the issues were lining this up, and I wanted to put those out of sight as much as possible, so where you won't be looking at this guy from the bottom most of the time. So that was my main concern with this guy. Let's just get another look at him. I know there was a lot of interest in this conversion, so that's why I'm spending a little more time talking about this guy. A lot more time, actually, I'm sure. But pretty happy with how he turned out, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody looking for a little more customized demon prints for their collection. So there's the 4 demon princes, guys. We're going to get them primed up, start painting. I'll update you in a week or so, depending on how much work I get done on them, and I will definitely keep you guys updated. Follow along in this series. Let me know what you guys think. Throw me some comments down below. I love reading your comments, getting your feedback, and hopefully we can get the Infernal Tetrad into a battle report coming up here in the next month or so. So that's the goal. Awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do battle reports, tactica, painting tutorials, all kinds of stuff. If you want to get even more involved, you can check out my website, chieflivegaming.com. There's a big gallery there. You can vote on polls to interact with my battle reports and all kinds of other good stuff. So I hope to see you guys there, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye now.